Greetings, Mechwarriors. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is TTB speaking, and welcome back to more information about MW5 going to the Epic Games Store. Now, there's a huge controversy about this out there. Of course, there are people who advocate against, people who advocate for it, people who just join the bandwagon because it's the loudest and most popular opinion. People trying to be the voice of reason, and there's just a lot of stuff going on here right now. And I thought this definitely warrants a secondary video to look at some of the points of view, to talk about what Russ said in the AMA yesterday, and also to clear up my thoughts and also provide a few more balanced ideas, because I feel that yesterday I didn't really go enough onto the consumer side of things, because there's also deliberations to be made, of course, not only just from the developer side, but also from the consumer side. But first up, let me say this, and if you're already typing an angry response, listen for once in your life. I'm not trying to change your mind. You make your own decisions. I'm just going to state what I heard, what I think, and what I am going to do. And that is my personal opinion and my personal action. And you are absolutely free to disagree and choose a different path. Both are okay. Just don't try to force your opinion on me, just as I won't try to force my opinion on you. Okay? Now, so in the discussion yesterday, or in the AMA yesterday, Russ was, what I felt, pretty open again. He was talking about the benefits of the Epic Games Store for PGI. They seem to have had a lot of thought going into this. They expect that they will get better exposure on the Epic Games Store because there's less games coming out, less games on there even. They think that it's more difficult to get noticed on Steam because there's too much competition, too many games coming out at the same time, and they think they have a better chance of reaching a bigger audience on the Epic Games Store. And I think they might have a point here. Me personally, I think they might have a point here. They might reach a bigger new audience, getting fresh blood into the Battletech and Mechwarrior universe by getting the exposure on the Epic Games Store where there are not that many titles. Okay. Of course, with the exclusivity deal of 1 year on the Epic Games Store, they're also getting some financial support and some financial add-ons, which is a good thing, because Russ stated yesterday that due to that made possible extra development time, hiring more people. They hired a new light effects artist, they hired the people for going deeper into the story, for doing UI reworks and whatnot, for better modding. So long story short, they're reinvesting that money, as Russ said, into the game, and they're trying to make the best game possible. That is their number one goal, and they feel that doing this move with the Epic Games Store will allow them to make the best games possible, as opposed to being with Steam. Okay, PGI right now is not swimming in money, but it's not in dire straits either. They got 20,000 pre-orders on MW5. At the time of the AMA, they had 700 refund requests so far. So right now that's probably a lot higher. Maybe now it's in the 2000s or whatever, but still, they went into this knowing full well that it would be a huge controversy and there would be a giant shitstorm about it. But they said that, you know what, ultimately we're gonna come out better out of this than if we just stick with Steam, and that's the choice they made. Russ wants to try and go for a 1 million sales program. He wants to try and sell 1 million units. If he manages to do that, that would be amazing, guys. That would be great for Battletech, for the whole universe of Battletech and Mechwarrior. If PGI is successful here, we all win. Okay. Don't worry, guys. I'm also gonna go over the downsides and the bad points, because there are some downsides and some bad points. Undeniably, we'll get to them. Russ was also saying a little bit about the CryEngine. Basically, the CryEngine is not very good and very CPU intensive, and that they also didn't do the best job of optimizing it, so that's why we have rather bad performance. The HUD is underperforming, and like basically just saying that they know that their product is not perfect, but at this point, like they cannot invest more into MWO. They need to make MW5 work first. They were also talking about the Epic Games Store and how it would work with MW5. And what Russ was saying is that you won't need always online connectivity. If you have a huge problem with the Epic Games Store, you can just install the Epic Games Store, download the game through the Epic Games Store, and then you will be able to play single player if you want to, just from the exe file. You don't even have to launch the store again. That's what he said. Okay, of course that won't allow you to do multiplayer, because for that you need to be signed in with the friends list and everything. So yeah, modding will be available as well. The editor will release when the game releases, and that should allow people to make mods for the game pretty easily. And of course we can expect those to be on, for example, Nexus, right? So, not through Steamworks. Now, I don't know exactly whether Russ promised that the game will only come out on Steam and nowhere else, or whether Russ said the game is going to be on Steam 100% or not, but whatever that fact may be, the real fact is people were expecting to get a Steam key. And they were expecting Steamworks for mods. Okay, well, I would say that's a minor issue, but to some people it may be. The bigger issue is people were expecting to get a Steam code, and boom, now they don't. Nope. In fact, they have to use the Epic Games launcher to download the game. And a lot of people have reservations against the Epic Games launcher. They think that there might be security concerns, or they just don't like Epic's practice of going in and doing exclusivity deals. Okay. If somebody says, you know what, I really don't like Epic Games, I'm not going to use their launcher, okay. To me, I've got Steam, Origin, Uplay, Windows Game Store, GOG, and now I'm gonna have a sixth one with the Epic Game Store. It's not a big deal, it's just yet another launcher. I'll just use it when I need it, and other than that, it's not gonna run. And if you are afraid of Epic and Tencent, the company behind Epic, I hope you don't have a Riot Games account in League of Legends, because it's the same company. Guys, don't think your data is secure anywhere. Look at Google, look at Apple, look at Facebook, look at Twitter, all the data scandals left and right. Your data is secure nowhere. So that's just an illusion of security with other companies. It's really not, in my opinion. Again, if you feel strongly that the Epic Games Store is really, really bad, or Epic Games business practices are really, really bad because they're trying to do something that you don't agree with, you don't like, okay. In my opinion, it's not like you're playing it on a different console. You don't have to buy a console or whatnot to be able to play this game. You just download a different launcher and start it from there. That's not a big deal to me. To me, it's more concerning that we get the best game possible. That is my concern. I want to play a damn good game. I don't care which launcher it's in. But that's just me. If it is a deal breaker for you, by all means, go ahead, request a refund, and then maybe get it later when it releases on Steam in a year. The thing that bugs me, and that makes me sad and a little bit angry, is that the Discord chat was very agitated. The whole community was very agitated, and there are some creators out there who just like to add fuel to the fire. I don't think that's a good choice. I don't feel that way. And I will have my own opinion, and if that differs from yours, that is okay. I've actually had people in the comments call me spineless for having a balanced opinion that is not their own, and because I have my own opinion, I don't have a spine. Buddies, my own opinion is my own, and if it differs from yours, that doesn't make me spineless. That actually means I've got way more spine than you. Alright, so what am I doing? I personally am choosing to see this in a positive way, because again, like in my last video and the video before, where I was talking about the resources going from MWO to MW5 to ensure the best release possible, I'm choosing to see this in a positive light, because let's say it's negative. What are we winning? What do we win if I'm wrong? You can all tell me later you were all right, but in the end, we've got a shitty game. Great. Does anybody win in this scenario? Nope. We only win if the game comes out in the best state possible, that it is great, fun to play, works correctly, and then we can still complain about the Epic Games launcher. Okay. And I'm more concerned with the game than the launcher. The launcher to me is just a minor nuisance. But again, I know I'm saying this a lot. This is my opinion. If yours differs, then by all means, act according to your own opinion. Just don't gobble up the opinion of other people and mindlessly follow that. And stow away the pitchforks and the torches. It's getting old, guys. It's getting so old. And this is not me advocating for PGI or anything. PGI is extremely bad at communicating. I haven't seen good information on MW5 yet. We only get screenshots and AMAs. Where's the information? Where's the developer diary? Where's the YouTube videos? They don't have that yet. On the plus side, now they actually have, and that's what Russ stated explicitly, they have an actual marketing budget. They were able to add new languages to the game. Most importantly for me, the actual marketing budget is interesting because I want them to market the hell out of this game and market it properly so that we can get more players into the game, that we can get more new people excited about the BattleTech universe, because then we all win, because we will have more people. And more people in MW5 also means more people playing MWO again. Or for the first time. Biter had a really nice analogy today where he was talking about, he thinks that like Russ basically had two red buttons in front of him. One was go with Steam and unsecurity, and the other button was go with Epic, face a shitstorm, but in the end have more perceived security, and that's the choice that they went with. So for me, I can understand the reasoning, and even if you don't understand the reasoning, or if you don't follow the reasoning, if you don't agree with it, that's okay. Let them know, and then act accordingly. And that's all I can say about this. Plenty of other developers have made the decision to go with the Epic Games Store. It is pretty big. There's a lot of people in there. We're talking like close to 100 million now, so it's growing, and it's growing big time. And the concerns with it are valid. I also have concerns. Absolutely. But are those concerns big enough for you to opt out of this? That's for everybody else to decide on their own. So yeah, I think I've pretty much said all I want to say about this topic. And I feel like I'm starting to run in circles. So I think that's a good natural spot to end this video. And once again, I'm curious to see what you guys are going to say. To sum up, business standpoint, makes sense for me. I can understand the reasoning. I can understand why they're doing it. From a customer perspective, having to deal with a secondary shop that you might not like or that you might completely disagree with, that can be an issue. The extra development time, the development or the release getting put back 3 months, that might be an issue. And I can understand that. And if people say, you know what, for this or that reason, I want a refund, go ahead and request your refund. Me personally, I'm going to stick with this thing. I'm not going to request a refund. And I'm hoping to get my hands on a really good beta in about 1, 2, 3, 4 months time. Well guys, that is it. Those are my thoughts on the whole topic. So I would be curious to get to know what you think or what you have done. Have you chosen to keep the pre-order? Have you asked for the refund? Is the Epic Store a deal breaker for you? Is it not? And also, what do you expect of MW5? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you fear it's going to be bad? And what are your thoughts on the new and actual marketing budget? Down below in the comments. Take care, guys.